Today or this evening, whenever you are watching this, going to take a look at Magic the Gathering, Universes Beyond, Fallout, Commander Deck, Mutant Menace. As you can see it right there. And there is the Wise Mothman, which is the commander. And I have with me my son. So this is going to be Kilroy and son. And he'll be doing some of the, I'll do the play-by-play, and he will do the commentary as we crack this open. But end up getting all four of these. This is probably the one I'm not going to build out. It's probably the one I think my son's probably going to build this out. When I originally looked at these four commander decks from Fallout, I thought this is the one I'll build, and the other ones I'll just break up and use components. But this one, I decided since I just built Brovac, so I've just built a mill deck, and decided not to do this one as I just did a mill deck and kind of bored with that concept. So you get a box when you get these, to a little commander deck box to put the stuff in. You got some punch outs there. Of course, my son throws those away, but I usually keep the punch outs. We've got we've got some more stuff open. We've got a little life counter there, and then my son loves opening these up, so we'll have him open that up. I'll crack this open. You got the rules, or so to speak, kind of an introduction to this deck, and I think that's all the stuff that's in there. So you want to crack this open first. Go ahead, I'll do a little close up there and do a little bit of a. Put it right there.
In one of these sample packs, you can get any of the cards inside the set, plus like maybe one of the Pip-Boy cards. So in this one, that's actually pretty good.
You're not. You gotta get over here.
We got the Black Market, which is a very powerful, popular card that I'm surprised got a reprint.
Oh, that's a good card.
And we got a new card, EDE, Lonesome Eyebot.
What deck is that in?
It looks, I'm not sure. I would think the science one.
So got a couple of cool cards in there. All right, so let's get this open, and I'll do the old card flip here. So we look through this. So as I said, I built out a mill deck that I think has got all my best mill cards in there, and I think it's a decent deck. So that's why I did not decide to go into this one. However, this is more than just mill. What else does this deck do?
This is a mill deck that uses rads to mill, but Mothman gets massive off of those cards milled.
So there is Mothman. Why don't you tell a little bit about what Mothman does?
I mean, Mothman is the one that sort of spreads the rad counters around, and then starts using his second ability to buff all of his creatures using those rad counters.
So let's talk about rad counters. We should have a token in here. The arts are pretty cool. When you look at these Universes Beyond, all the tokens and art looks a little bit different as you see the cool lands there. So there's the Mothman Thick card.
Yup.
Excuse me. There's the rad counter.
Then we have Radiation. It explains itself, but whenever you go to your main phase, right after you draw your first card per turn, you have to mill as many cards as you have rad counters. And then if you mill any non-lands, you lose those rad counters and then take damage for it. Yeah,
so it's kind of a new mill mechanic, but also does damage as well. So anyway. So let's do a little bit of, excuse me, I've been fighting cold and still have it there. So let's do a little bit of a card flip here.
You got the Master, which is the lieutenant of this deck, which means you can use him as a replacement to Mothman. And he's actually really cool because he is powerful enough to be made CDH.
Really? So he's a CDH commander?
You can mill a lot of people and then start stealing their very powerful creature cards.
Oh, that's a reprint. Right?
No, I don't think so. It uses rad counters, I think.
Oh, it does? Okay.
I thought there's a similar card to it. It might be the next card, actually. Something similar. Oh no, that's another rad card.
Yeah, there's a lot of rads counters in this stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
There's so, excuse me, not only are you going to have milling, you're going to have +1/+1.
Mm-hmm. And so a lot of the cards in this deck is very big on trying to mill people and then get bonuses off of the mill. And then it's mostly based around Mothman distributing +1/+1s. And there's a couple of enchantments that got reprinted in this deck, like Branching Evolutions and I think Hard Scales, that just make it that much more powerful.
So you got some ramp there with Cultivate and Farseek. Now they got bobbleheads. That's a new thing for this deck. There's at least 2 or 3 bobbleheads in each of the deck, and they all kind of synchronize with each other.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Harmonize, little good old green card draw.
Yeah, you can build an Arkham Dex and deck just about getting all of them out.
So any of these jump out at you as we're taking a look at these?
Most of them are reprints or just like decent cards. Now Contagion Class.
Oh, that's good. I haven't seen that. I love that one.
Another aspect about the Universes Beyond is that the art is really, really cool. And if you're a fan of Fallout, then this could really, really make you excited.
You ever play Fallout?
Nope.
Yeah, I played, I think, the original version of it way back when. And but not very much. I played a friend's version of it. I never got into it. Although I do have the Fallout board game, which I think I've done a piece on. So check out my channel, and you'll find a link to that down below. There's Radstorm. This is a pretty powerful card.
That is a very powerful card.
Now Proliferate is a powerful mechanic. Normally used in like poison decks, so you normally probably see this in a green or black type deck. But with a blue deck, it's going to be good for like +1/+1, either blue-green type decks. But this has the storm effect, so basically you're going to cast a whole bunch of stuff, play this, and then everything's going to get super populated pretty quick.
Really popular in poison decks because you can just win the game in one turn if you can cast it at the right time.
And this one's gotten some, this one I might pull into a zombie deck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's got Undying, so I'll probably put that in my Mikolos.
That's a good.
I'm building a Mikolos deck.
That is another very powerful card, new card inside of there. Radstorm and that are probably the 2 most
Oh, it gets that many rad counters. Wow, I didn't see that.
So you know how a lot of people like to do Torment of Hellfire? Like for big mana, big win cons?
If you have it.
Mm-hmm. So that's a new card that can do a very similar way of winning the game, but it's also a board wipe.
So this is
more effective.
Going in my Tree Folk deck. It turns into enchantment, or actually I might put it in my building an enchantment deck.
I thought it originally wasn't good in Mothman, then I realized it gave you rad counters, so that is good.
Yeah.
I think that is going to be an equipment that is slept on that should be added to more decks over time.
Yeah.
I was thinking of making a deck around this guy.
That's a cool concept there. Let's take a look at that guy there. That's got some neat stuff.
Mm-hmm. You can do some.
And it's immune to rad counters. Well, actually, it's not immune. You gain life rather than lose life.
Yeah.
So it's. I think it's the only thing that does that, right?
Yeah, and I also think Tato Farmer is going to be putting more decks over time.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where this goes.
Mm-hmm. Agent Frank Horrigan is a very interesting commander. My only issue is that he is a 7-drop commander.
Yeah, big tough thing to get out there. There's a monstrosity. Haven't seen monstrosity in a while.
Atomize, good card. Marcus. Facial Advantage. Oh, these are some cards that I just haven't.
We got a lot of vaults. The sagas go play on vaults, and if you've played Fallout, then it's
a fun steel card.
Vaults are kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The Nuke launcher.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a military base.
Mm-hmm.
That plays off rad counters.
Yep. Pretty good stuff. And then now I think the difference between precons now and then precons in olden days is that
Sorry, I wrote for a second. Very powerful mill card.
Very good.
Must for any mill deck. Go ahead though. Sorry, I interrupted.
Big difference between pre-cons nowadays, especially the Universes Beyond and the ones from the past, is that they really fix the mana base of those decks. So yeah, there's a branching evolution, hardened scales.
Yeah, it's not just all tap lands, right?
Yeah.
Now I think this is I mean, it's kind of pricey for enchantment, but I think this is pretty good. I mean, this is huge proliferate. Again, doesn't really play in a poison deck, but +1/+1 counters.
Mm-hmm.
And rad counters, for that matter. I mean, you're just going to be cranking out a lot of rad counters.
Yeah.
This is a standard for, tokens and landfall. So that's a reprint. That's a reprint too, right?
I'm not sure actually, but it is a good win con.
That is.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. It is
So costs so much.
Fine Infidelity. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if that was a reprint or not. And then we go into the lands, which are a massive upgrade from the past.
From previous ones. Nesting Grounds.
Yeah, that's a really good one. There we go. Sunken Hollow.
Yeah, some of the older commander decks, you just had to dump all the lands and just start from scratch, or just put regular lands in because it was such a pain. But these are actually playable out of the box.
Like literally over time.
A lot of people are putting a lot of hate on that card now. I think that it takes so long to get the lands out.
And then it only taps for colorless.
So there you have it. The rest is some of the very nice, cool art lands.
Beautiful basics. Beautiful.
Full. Look at that. That's just cool. Look at that. I love that. It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't get much better than that. My personal favorites is the mountains, I think. I think they're just really cool looking.
Yeah, we're not going to have any mountains in this deck, though.
Mm-hmm.
And you got your counters, tokens, I should say, and then you got your rad counters, which is the key to this deck. So anyway, there you have it. That is Mutant Menace plus some bonus, that's a pretty good haul right there.
Yeah, very.
I've been looking for that, to putting that in some other decks. So there you have it. Mutant Menace with the Wise Mothman on a Kilroy and Son. Thanks for stopping by. Anything else you want to say about this commander deck?
I think we summed it up pretty good.
I think this one might be, excuse me. I think this one might be one of the stronger ones out of the box because it's very solid theme of mill and +1/+1. So I think it plays very well. The other ones I think are not bad, but I think this one, it wouldn't take too much. Pull out some of your mill standards, and then all of a sudden this is going to be, very, very strong deck.
Yeah, and if you're even going for like just pure value out of the box, this does come with a lot of cards that in the past have been worth quite a bit of money. So if you want to take this just to take it apart, and because you love Fallout art so much, this would not be a bad purchase either.
Well, and I'm probably going to take this apart because some of these cards I've got earmarked for some other decks, and as I said, I just got done building a mill deck, so I don't feel like, trying to rebuild it with this deck. Anyway, well, that's what I have for you today, or what we have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by, and take care. Thanks for watching.